Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to costumeco. And today we're doing another interview with Propstore. And today I have with me Maegen Hensley. She is the director of asset management with Propstore, and she is going to be presenting some items from their entertainment memorabilia live auction Los Angeles Spring 2025 collection. It's quite a mouthful. And help me with this is my good pal, Ro from Scariff Podcast. Hi, Ro. How are you?
Hi, how is everybody?
I'm well.
Great.
And Maegen, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me back on.
Oh, we always love having you. And also in the background, we have Charlie, who's doing the camera work for us.
Yes.
So, oh my gosh, we have so much to go through. So, Maegen, I guess we should just get started, right?
Yeah, exactly. We can dive right in.
Okay, I'm going to put you on a little layout there. Put you on the spot.
Okay.
What do you want to talk about first?
You know what? We might as well start with one of the oldest and one of my favorite pieces that we are offering. Of course, the auction is live right now on propstore.com, so anybody can come in. They can read up on all of our over 13 items, 1,300, not 13, sorry, 1,300 items that are available. You can bid. You can just register and bid. And then, of course, we wrap everything up between March 26th through the 28th. The first day, of course, is a live auction. So you can come in and you can bid yourself with a paddle like you've seen in the movies. And then it continues as a live auction as it wraps up, but the audience isn't a part of that on day 2 and 3. But as I said, this is to showcase some of our highlights here. And this is the Charlie Chaplin shoes from The Great Dictator. And these shoes are from the 1940s. So it is our oldest piece. They are in actual distressed condition, which is how he wore them back then. So you would think that this was a pretty good pair of wear and tear that throughout the years they've just gotten older. And yes, that is true because leather just does. However, most of this was already this way and it's in really good condition. You can see some of the original sheen of that leather here. So I just wanted to show those off because they're really a fantastic representation of that time period and they are our oldest piece. And I'm a huge history buff, so I just wanted to show you Charlie Chaplin's shoes.
Very cool.
Hey,
they look pretty good size. Like he didn't have small feet. Like he had decent sized feet.
Well, you know, they say about big feet is big socks and big personality. So
no, I'm just thinking because, like, you know, he was an actor, you know, from the silent era, and I always think people have gotten bigger over time, but I'm always amazed to see what they look like in real life. So that must be very cool to be able to hold those.
They are very cool. Yeah. And of course, you know, treat them with the white gloves because they're very special. And then I'm gonna hit the stuff in the back. I know you guys are looking and you're itching, but we'll get to the highlights in a minute and some fun stuff too. But I just want to kind of show you one of my other favorite pieces, which is Gonzo in the back there from Muppets in Space.
Oh. Amazing.
His eyes light up. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I love that. And of course, this is one of the Muppets that they use for the lightning scene. So he is all fried and frazzled. He's had a little bit of restoration to bring him back to this quality here. But, you know, his nose is all burnt off. He's got some little kind of whiskers up there. Just a great little kind of showpiece. If you are just a fan of Jim Henson and all of the movies, all the Muppets, then this is a really, really nice one to bid on. So I wanted to show him. Yeah, and he's so cute. And
he's then adorable.
Of course, and then speaking of cute, we have Slimer from Ghostbusters. I don't know what more to say about him. He's just one of those that you want to put at the center of your dining room table on Thanksgiving, just to be there and be the centerpiece. But along with the Ghostbusters theme, we've got Spengler's jumpsuit from Ghostbusters 2. And then this is let me get the wand out of the way. My apologies. This is one of the most fantastic pieces that we've got. Not the wand. I mean, it is, but over here is the ghost trap. And this is a functional ghost trap. So I can feel it purring right now. I do have it turned on, but unfortunately the batteries are running so low, but it's operated by this fun remote control where you can turn on the lights and see if I can turn on a little bit of it. Nope, the batteries are gone. Sorry, we've been using it and abusing it all day long. So
that's awesome.
There's now, one little light you can see.
Maegen, are there any ghosts inside of there though? Do you have to be careful?
Well, they're gone now because it's open. So
Oh, okay. So they've been released back
can't
into the
even
world.
close
Watch
it.
out later, Charlie.
Yes, exactly. So the ghosts
That's
are
awesome.
on. Yeah, and when it's closed, you can actually turn on this light and it blinks, so it looks like there's a ghost inside, which is
Very
really
nice.
fun. Yeah, this light comes on when it's ready. So, I mean, this was a practical prop when they made it for the movie, and it's one of the only ones that I know have that survived that has the still, the pedal. Of course, they fake the pedal and they have the remote in the background, but it all comes together. So anybody who just wants to be a big kid and remember that movie from the 80s and play with this rather expensive toy, it's a lot of fun to have in your collection. So I just wanted to highlight those. And because we're going for the nostalgia here, I will bring you back to the two items that are a feature and our highlights, which is, of course, the Star Wars items. This is the bowcaster from the original series, and this is from episodes 4, 5, and 6. And what do you guys know about the bowcaster?
No clue. What movie is that from? No idea.
4, 5, and 6. Oh, you're joking.
You better be joking.
I don't. So did they use the same? So Megan, they
Go
use
ahead.
the same one for all 3 movies, or is
So
it just?
that is what I've heard. And if you read up on it, we've got a nice spread in our catalog and online. You can match it to all 3 movies of the original trilogy. And he's just using. I mean, there are pieces on here that are just a dead giveaway that's what he uses the whole time. So it's amazing. I mean, there were a couple of others as I understand it, but he's got this one consistently, and it has some sort of small restoration in it. It came to us as a base, and then we finished it off. So I mean, it's an amazing piece. It's beautiful. It's actually restored in such a way that it looks exactly like the original, and of course, it's got probably a good 70 to 80% of the original parts, including the string. And I mean, it makes you want to be out there and posing like Chewbacca.
Totally. Totally.
Really, really beautiful piece. Yeah.
That would look nice right behind me.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Ro wants that piece.
Just start selling that house and bid on it. So.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, because getting to this piece and then the Ghostbuster piece. I mean, the Ghostbuster piece is beautiful. It looks like it's obviously is it metallic? Is it metal pieces?
Oh yeah. So these are metal pieces. There's some wooden and printed pieces in here. But yeah, this is hefty. It's very heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if you can see that.
I'm trying to remember, did they hold it? Did they hold it like this?
No,
or did
no, they rolled it.
They roll it.
Oh,
Yeah,
they roll it
on the
okay,
ground, and then
Yes.
they stomp. And I don't think you can see my feet, but so yeah, they roll it and then they stomp on the lever here to open it up. And of course, when you stomp on it, nothing happens because they've got the remote control in the background.
Yeah,
the timing. Yeah, exactly.
That's one of the great things I love about the props that you guys have, but just props in general. Sometimes obviously some stuff is made very cheap because you just want to fool the camera from afar.
Yeah.
But when the items are made like real world items, like the metallic and real material, it's and electronics, obviously. I think that's fantastic. I mean, you can really tell the when you picked it up, the craftsmanship, obviously, of the Ghostbuster item. And I can only imagine how wonderful the Chewie's bowcaster feels.
Real bowcaster there.
Really, really nice stuff.
Exactly. And I mean, we've got the same kind of quality in the, oh my gosh, this one, which is super heavy, as you can see. I'm trying to balance it on thing. But I mean, you're talking about practical effects.
Oh,
there
wow.
You
go. Duck, so, Charlie, duck.
Actually I'm not going to aim at him. No, well, I'll do that. How about that? So you can see that is the light coming on? I can't tell.
Yes, absolutely. Looks
it's down
really
here.
great.
Right there.
What movie is that from?
This is from Avatar.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they weren't kidding around. Those guys had to have muscles to hold this thing. It's huge.
That's great.
And it's heavy. And this is what I mean, it's nice when you see movies with a lot of equipment like this, that they're using the more metal parts. I mean, there's oftentimes I get stuff that is just plastically, and you're doing that for the background. We get it.
Sure.
But then you get those hero pieces and you're like, ooh, this feels really, really cool in my hands. The sword is heavy. I can really wield it around. We don't recommend you do that, but there is a difference. There is a difference between something that you could just toss in the air because you're so worried about it being fragile. I mean, it's still fragile. You don't want to drop one of these things, but it's fun because it feels real, and it immerses yourself right into that movie. And even things like this, which is not as heavy, but you get the feel of it. It's supposed to be wood-like, although it's not. But this one turns on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So this is, of course, the Elder Wand, which is Dumbledore's wand. And I'm not exactly sure which movie this one is from, come to think of it. Okay, point it this way. He wants to see more of the light.
Here, sorry, I'll put you on a solo there so everyone can see.
Very nice.
Oh, awesome. So you just did a twist on it?
You just do a twist. Yeah, it's got a twist down here.
So cool.
And it turns right and off. Yeah, on and off. So yeah, the fun part of my job is to find out how things work if they have some electronics. That's actually more exciting sometimes than finding a secret button on a dress. So
what spell were you just casting, Maegen?
I was Lumos. That's the light up because it's a little dark in here.
Okay, nice. I would have wanted to get food delivery with that.
Oh, okay. I don't know
because getting close to dinner.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a terrible waste of a wish, though, right?
I mean, maybe you can cast a spell on your phone and Uber Eats
for sure. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So I do know that you did want to see some of the fantastic costumes, so I'm going to walk you this way a little bit.
Yes.
And we're going to start with one of my favorites. I think I love this one just because of the quality and how somebody has taken care of it. It's so preserved. Now, this is from Superman 3. And of course, Superman 3, you get evil Superman. So this is you'll see the differences in color. You see the tone darker. You see the red a little bit more harsh. But it's in such great condition. I was really shocked when we got it because, I mean, I have seen some of the other we have another Superman that's got a flying kind of Superman, same exact fabric, different color, and you could see very similar stitching on it. So I was very happy to see that consistency through the movies. But this is a spandex, of course, and it has this lovely mannequin. And then we've got some lovely leather boots down here. Just really an amazing piece if you're a fan of the whole Superman franchise. This is definitely one that I would definitely focus on. It's also the cloak back here. Unfortunately, Wolverine's claws are preventing me from bringing the cloak forward, but he does wear a cape in the back there. So
very nice.
So nice.
Yeah, and then equally in great condition, of course, is Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman with the bustier here. Just a really great statue, and it comes with her whip as well. And then Heidi, I know this is your favorite. We're going to move on over to Greece. And what's that?
I'm excited.
I'm just very excited.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell me where Sandy wears this dress?
At the diner?
She does. So which diner scene?
What's the name of the diner? It's terrible. It's like Snowball or something.
Yeah, even I don't know that one. But this is the scene where she goes on with that date with that jock and makes Danny nervous. Makes Danny very jealous. And they have that moment at the jukebox and everything.
Sorry, he wasn't a nerd. He was a jock. I got it wrong.
Yeah. So no, yeah, he wasn't a nerd. He was a jock. I mean, you could be both.
You could be both. Yes, he was kind of a nerdy jock, though.
There we go. So she goes on the date with him and makes him.
It's such a pretty dress.
It
so
is.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, they did a great job for being a 70s movie of hitting that mid-century silhouette. I do believe she wore a petticoat underneath this. She didn't really have to wear anything else. She was skinny mini, but just a beautiful, gorgeous piece. And it's in really great condition. So this is definitely one you want to put in your living room, Heidi.
Yes, I do.
go on and bid on this one right now. And then, of course, we have Danny's it's the name of the movie is Grease, and this is his Grease Lightning montage singing daydream thing that they do. They decided to put him, because he's dancing so much, put him in not a leather jacket, but a spandex and polyester jacket. It looks leather, looks fantastical, and that's exactly what they wanted to portray for that scene, because of course it's sort of a fantasy thing. But this is Danny's Grease Lightning song jacket. So
very nice.
And
It does look like leather.
Yeah, I had no idea. I thought it was leather.
Yeah.
I didn't read the. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I mean, in that leather jacket style, so you have that 50s look still, but not quite that fabric, just to kind of make him shine more, which is fun. So
Maegen, the T-birds, is that painted on or is it embroidered?
It's screen printed on, and it's glitter. Yeah,
it's glitter. Yes,
it's a screen print glitter. Yes, exactly.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Wow, such a great piece. Now, did they line it in? I think the original jackets were lined in red.
This one not. It's just a standard black, but it does come with the Catroni costume house, and it says John Travolta in the inside.
So cool.
Isn't that fun? Yeah. Amazing. So I think I must be saying that wrong. Contronio. I've never actually had to say that before, so sorry, but I do recognize this label. It's very popular in the 70s, definitely. So yeah,
that must be interesting for you. So you come across companies that would have made, like, I know Angels, in London or something, or or Western costume companies. So you must come across these common places, and then a lot of them are gone now, right? Like they would have eventually gone out of business, or
Yep. Yeah, or just, it's after 10 years, they've shut the doors or moved on to another name, or, which not. And, but yeah, you can see I can tell some of the more modern label names as opposed to some of the older ones. And a lot of it's, they have very similar style of the labels. You can see, like, if somebody claims, hey, this is something from an older film or whatever, and I look at the label and it looks more modern, I'm like, I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, so you can do some detective work based on these your knowledge and expertise. So that's very cool.
We do a lot of research. Yeah.
Hey, now I know we didn't talk about that one piece that's next to Danny, but with the pointed hood. What is that? That's gorgeous.
What is this? Are you kidding? Are you not a Harry Potter fan?
Is it from Lord of the Rings?
No. Gandalf would be aghast to be wearing this.
Oh, it's Gandalf. Oh my gosh.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not Gandalf. Okay.
I said he'd be ashamed to wear this. This is Dumbledore.
It's Dumbledore. Yes, of course. You have the other piece.
Dumbledore and Gandalf get mixed up a lot. Not in my world, because I know the difference. But that's okay. I don't mean to be shaming you, of course.
No. It's beautiful.
So this is, it's embroidered. It's got some appliques on it. It's got some really great kind of almost tactile lining in the hood. So this is Dumbledore's cloak from the last movie that he appears in the last one. I'm not trying to give too much away. He appears live in this one, and this is from the Half-Blood Prince. So it's the one that he takes Harry in the very beginning off to Slughorn's, and he's wearing this cloak. And he does wear versions of this throughout the movie. So this is very indicative of him, and you can see a lot of the lovely. This fabric is so drapey. I love it.
Wow!
But you can see some more of the embroidery down here. So that was fun,
gorgeous.
and of course, some of the dirt from the film itself. So it sort of authenticizes it.
Sure.
I think so. Rather than when they dry clean everything away and then, this way it's like really
happens so often.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. It's kind of more authentic to have it.
Yeah. And you guys do so much research on screen matched and everything. And I think, stuff like that helps, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. We can tell from one thing or another if it's got a tiny scratch in a certain scene, and we see the scratch on the item. We will actually point it out and put it on the catalog, so you will see that online. All the times that you see that says screen matched in the title, you can go into each of the photos, and we've got where we see it screen matched. So
Yeah,
there's
I
a
saw
wealth
you
of
did that with the
information.
shoes.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of it. So wealth of information on that catalog, every single auction. And it's helped out a lot of people too. It's helped them decide whether they want it. And not to say that anything that isn't screen matched isn't actually used in the film. It's just sometimes we can't exactly match it to that one. But it's highly suspect that it is used in the film, especially if there's only a couple of them. So
Sure. Yeah.
yeah.
And a lot of these productions make more than one thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. And that's why you see, Wilson's ball over and over again, because there was a few of them made.
How many were there?
Wilson's balls? Oh, I don't know. I
Yeah.
just the volleyball. I don't know, but that's one
Probably
of
a
my
lot,
favorite
because also they would
pieces.
have been had to been at different stages of
Yes.
breakdown and so on, right?
Yeah,
So
that was my
yeah,
point with that one. Yep.
yeah.
Exactly.
Now we were talking about the Tom Cruise jacket. Now you were mentioning the one behind there. I'll put it back on you then.
So maybe I can scooch him a little bit out of the way. Yeah, there we go. And this is, of course, from Top Gun. It is very similar to the one he wears throughout the movie, but it isn't the one that he wears through the movie. We found a production still of behind the scenes, and that one is actually, you can see in the catalog, it is the photo matched jacket to that one. So it has all the same patches. It's got all the same, I would say, even distressing that they did. The fur, I was trying to turn it so you could see the side patches, but I don't want to get too much into here. Okay. So you can still see a lot of the side patches here. And so this appears, he is wearing it in a photo. And then I believe there's some behind the scenes or deleted scenes that they had him wearing this one in. And it had something to do with him having to change it out in an elevator or something like that. So there's a whole story on it. But yeah, this is one of those bomber jackets, leather jackets that has the patches from the movie. So really kind of a one-of-a-kind piece. Love it.
Oh, it's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to end on, I don't know if you guys are ready to end. I mean, we can still go on, but I wanted to at least, Charlie's going to kill me, and on a happy note of walking all the way without knocking him over, way over here to the metal.
Yes.
I'm hoping the glare is not too bad, but of course, I mean, Ro, you know what this is.
Yes,
shall you introduce
absolutely. Introducing the Medal of Yavin that was given to our heroes at the end of Star Wars: A New Hope, but it was actually just Star Wars when I was watching it when we were kids.
Same.
But
yeah, absolutely. Which one specifically is this one?
This is Luke's.
Yes,
Oh,
so awesome.
This is Luke's. I know.
Poor Chewbacca didn't get one. I understand, right? Is that true?
Yeah, I never understood that. He seemed to be just as involved. Yeah, but he didn't get one. You're right. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just felt like Han led part of it and Luke did the final shoot. I don't know. Co-pilots don't get as much as they deserve, but
it's funny. The fans have explained it away that getting an award for a Wookiee would have been too much of an ego thing. So he was fine with just letting his friends receive the accolades, and he was happy just being in the background and being involved.
Really?
Yeah.
So you think that's it's a Wookiee societal thing?
Yeah, something like that. That's what some of the fans were saying. Yeah,
against Wookiees that he didn't get it. Like he's not a humanoid, so they were like, "No, we don't give them to non-humanoids."
No, not with the Alliance. The Alliance was a little more inclusive than the Empire was. The Empire was a little more xenophobic. There were no non-human officers.
Yeah,
but that's another story.
I never thought about that, Ro.
I never thought about that either.
I'm gonna have now that I watch, I'm gonna have to pay attention. But now that you mention it, you're right. Yes.
Yeah. I do a podcast about this movie once in a while, so I know a couple things.
I know that you're our go-to expert on Star Wars. So,
well, I think you need to have this in your background as well.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Right behind you. Right behind you.
What a beautiful piece, though, that is.
It is. It is. And it's got all of the distressing and the wear and tear of the time, and of, just being how old it is. And I'm not going to say that, but I love how it's so simplistic. It's just got this beautiful piece, and then a cotton duck that is the ribbon. And it's very sturdy. That cotton duck is very sturdy. You would think it was like some sort of satin ribbon that you were putting around their necks like you would in the Olympics or something, but no, they decided to go for a cotton duck, which is actually very, very common in the Star Wars universe. So why not?
Yeah, I guess the idea is that it's sort of, they're at war and it's militaristic, it has that sort of feel to it. But I was going to say, if anybody wants to look at some really beautiful close-up shots of it, it's on the website. Like, you guys always do such beautiful photos. So you took some very, yeah. Close.
Is he showing off?
It's the same shape.
I'll put it.
You might need to change the ribbon, though. It's pretty
good
match.
You've got some good
friend of mine.
Now.
Yeah.
You got some good research. Megan, I know that we were going to end on that piece, but is there any way we can just quickly look at the Tron costume that's right behind you?
Yes, of course.
It's right.
Since we're over here,
I know. Of course. That is gorgeous, but it's not from the movie. My understanding, right? It says it's from The Secrets of Tron, Rolling Stone magazine. So I'm not sure what that means.
You know what? I understood that the character or the actor who played Tron wore this, so I thought it was.
Okay, I might have misread it then.
Okay.
It just says program costume components with neutral program bracer, and The Secrets of Tron, Rolling Stone magazine. Oh, maybe that's what it. Oh, okay. I probably just read it wrong. So that was actually worn by Jeff Bridges then.
No, so Jeff Bridges wore this one.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
there he is.
There.
And I apologize, Mr. Tron actor. I do not remember his name right offhand.
Bruce Boxleitner.
Bruce. Yes, exactly, because that name. No, but what's great about these ones is that, Tron was one of those forerunners of computer technology. So they tried to do some computer animation with this movie, and they did. They actually, so these were screen printed, right? They sort of used them as a base to get those computer animation on there, including the helmets, which are just styrofoam. But what ended up happening is it worked. It looked great, but it was so expensive, they just couldn't repeat it. And so they found kind of a different avenue to introduce computer animation into our current movies. But this was the forerunner movie to do it. And you can see the light ups, you can see how they incorporated these costumes into that. So these are fun pieces because it's the spandex. I know these mannequins are really tiny and the actors sometimes are tiny, and Jeff Bridges is not as tiny as you think he is. This is not fitting him very well. This is actually very loose. So because Jeff Bridges is actually a much bigger guy, and so they had these custom fit to them, and just they're in great shape. They're really beautiful. And so I wanted to kind of highlight the computer animation part of that.
Yeah, Ro, I'm always telling Ro, about my husband's collection. When I first met my husband, he had Tron in his collection. I'm like, okay, that's awesome. I thought that's like, that's a tick for you there. Yeah, because it was so groundbreaking, and it's interesting. I think they're making another movie. I think they're making they made a newer one, and then they're making another one again. So so that'll be
the last one. I thought the last one. Oh
yeah,
was great.
I loved it too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, having a young Bridges on there was a little weird, but I mean, they're
coming a long way with the de-aging. I think the de-aging is definitely coming a long way. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what it's like, 10 years from now or
exactly.
Well, Megan, actually, Ro, do you have any more questions for Megan before we let her go?
Before we go?
No, I don't want to let her go, but I have no other questions. I thank you so much, Megan and Charlie, for showing us what a wonderful. I mean, you guys have the best Catalog, obviously, but
Oh,
the best
amazing.
items, and it's just it's
Thank you.
amazing kind of to flip through the PDF and just look at all the wonderful information. It
Yep.
really is kind of a treasure trove of information on each item. It's not like you
Mhm.
guys call it in on one item. There is a lot of stuff in there that is so
Oh,
rich
yeah.
in detail. The photography is amazing. So
Thank
It is,
yeah,
you.
yes.
yeah,
I'll pass that
And
along.
oh yeah, no, your catalog is always stunning. And I mean, I use it. I mean, all the time.
okay,
I'm always
Mhm,
using it because if I'm doing an analysis of a show, especially if it's a vintage show, like I was
mhm.
like, oh, you got the Running Man. Maybe I should do the Running Man. I'll do an
Mm,
analysis of that because they're remaking it, right? So I
sure.
always go to your catalog. I did a huge one on Excalibur. You guys had such an amazing collection and photos
Oh,
from that.
good.
So always really appreciate it and the
Good.
detail and the descriptions that you have. And but I just want to ask you one more question, Megan, before we let you go. Where are your or where are your buyers coming from? Sorry, do they come from all over the world?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
100%. I mean, we keep track of whatever countries we see the, uptick on things from New Zealand and Japan and all over the world, especially of course in Europe. I mean, and all sorts of walks of life. They don't have to be just hard time collectors. They can just be somebody who loves a movie so much and just wants that one item to collect. So, we're so happy to be able to cater to so many people around the world and at so many stages of their collection life. So, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you so much always, because you take the time out of your day. And I know, this, you have to do this. This is your job, but we really do appreciate it. No, I mean, like, this is what you do for a living, but we always really appreciate you coming on and talking to us and spending the time to go through everything with us. Cause we're like, Ro and I are a couple of big nerds and we love this type
Of
of
course.
stuff. Right, Ro?
absolutely. Love watching it. Love
Well,
hearing Megan.
yeah, I love sharing with you guys. You guys are always easy to talk to. So
Oh, that's
anytime
good.
we can do some more of these anytime you want.
Great. So, and you gave me a tip on this one. So hopefully next time you'll be like, okay, here's another one you guys have to do as well.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much again, Megan, and also to Charlie, who's in behind the scenes doing the camera work. We really appreciate it. And to my co-host, Ro, for joining me today. You guys always make my day. Thank you so much.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
bye, everybody.
Bye.